everyone, this is Gail from Gail's Upstairs Studio. I hope you're all doing well. As of the recording of this, it is the week of Thanksgiving, and I'm getting ready, as soon as Thanksgiving is over, to start truly decorating my house for Christmas. I put a few things out already, but this next weekend will be the weekend that I do most of it. I have decorated for Christmas for many, many, many years, and I've always kind of gone over the top. And every year there's several things that I need to dig out and refurbish, reattach things, or completely refab things, certain things. And this year I have this piece here. I'm gonna come up over the top of it so you can see that I bought 22 or 3 years ago at a craft show. And it is an arrangement done in an old white enamelware bowl, which I love. And I spend the most amount of time at Christmas time in my kitchen. So this really is what Christmas means to me, I think, in an arrangement. So it has seen better days. That candle in the middle is actually a plug-in, and the plug is very old and it's kind of compromised at this point, so I've decided to replace that. And I think it's time to just take everything out and start fresh. I'm going to put some new greens in and replace the candle with a battery operated one, which I found a very good option for, and clean everything up and add a few things in also. So I thought you might like to see how I'm going to go about it. I have moved everything over to a different work surface. It's got a bigger area to work with. And the first thing we're going to do is just take everything out of here. Now I'm going to go and take all of these things and clean them up a bit, the things that I'm going to reuse. And I'll do that off camera, and I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so I am back, and the bowl has been cleaned up the best that we can. It's a very old bowl, and I have washed out and cleaned up all of my accessories that I want to reuse for this. And I've purchased a couple of new things. I went with all new greenery, and it's just a 12-foot non-lit branch garland from Walmart. It only cost me $5.98. And this, I don't know if you can see it, battery operated candle, and it's on a timer. And let me grab the packaging it came in. It came in a package of 2, and it was $6.44. And it takes 2 AA batteries, and it is on an 8-hour or 6-hour timer. So when I screw it in, I think probably after dark tonight, I'll screw it in and it will stay on all evening. It'll turn off and it'll come back on at the same time. So that works very well. And I have pulled quite a few things from other places in my decorations to add to or replace other things with it if I choose. And let's see what we can come up with. I also found this box in my storage. It was just a little Dollar Tree, like balsa wood box. I've decided that I want the candle to be plenty high enough off the bowl. And where I'm shooting overhead, it's going to be hard to see, but I will show you at the end. I'm going to adhere that way so that it has enough of a presence above the bowl. That was one thing I struggled with the old candle, is that it wasn't adhered to anything, so it was just floating around in the greenery and it was hard to keep it still. So and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use hot glue, and instead of hot gluing it with all of this surface on the bottom, I'm going to hot glue it so I can set the candle on top, but also so that in another few years, if I need to refurbish it again, it'll be easy to remove if I'm just hot gluing around this way. Because that was what the old arrangement was. She had hot glued everything in, and it held fine for the time that I needed it, but I was able to get it all clear pretty easily also. So we're going to start with that, I believe. I just want to make sure that I've got a good center there. Got to work pretty quick here so the glue doesn't dry before I get it down. This is a challenge, trying to see the center really well without getting my head in the shot. And that's good. And then we want this on the top. And it has a felt bottom, which I think I'm going to pull off so that I can get to the actual base. It's just plastic. So, and the nice thing about this candle is that the batteries are put in through here, and you actually use this to screw on and off to get it to light also. So I don't have to ever access the bottom of it. Make sure I get it back in there right, and I do. I'm doing this off camera, I think. I don't want to take my eye off the hot glue in order to look at the camera, but I'm pretty sure I'm out of frame. But I have just put more hot glue on here. And if we have any that seep out the side, that's fine, because this is all going to be covered anyway. So far, so good. I have unfurled my garland, and then I folded it in half because it was 12 feet long, I think. Let me double check. Yeah, it was 12 feet long. And I know I'm not going to need all of that for in here, but the garland, here, I'll show you one stem of it. The garland is quite thin, so by folding it in half, I was able to give it a little bulk, because I didn't need it all the length, but the bulk was good. And I am going to start with the middle, and I'm going to just come right down around the candle. I would like to try to do this without gluing any of this part, if I can help it, so that it'll be easier to take it out if I need to. And I've just twisted it around the candle just so that it will stay as I wind, because now I'm going to wind it all around. I'm going to show the first part of it, and then I'll probably do the rest of it off camera so that I don't keep wiggling the camera. Now bringing it around, and I'm going to push it down as close to the bottom of the bowl as I can, so that will support the next layer. And I will do the rest of this off camera and show you what I come up with. Okay, I have it all in there, and it went in very well, actually. And now I am going to fluff up some of the ends here, just to give it a little bit of depth. And I'm going to put some out over the side. Like I said, if I can get away without gluing the actual garland to the inside of the bowl, I'm going to try to avoid that. Okay. That looks pretty good to me. And now I am going to decide what's front and what's back, and I don't believe it matters. I think the bowl looks pretty much the same all the way around. And now I'm going to start figuring out where things are going to go, and I think I will start with my rolling pin here. And my spoons will come in. Coming back here maybe. And I will glue all these in, but just want to test fit them. I loved this arrangement when I first saw it. I had a booth at a big show in a town a couple towns over from me, and we were there for the whole weekend. And this was, I want to say, the year we moved into this house. So it was like 22 years ago, 23 years ago. And of course, I had moved in here in March, and it was my first Christmas in my new house. So I wanted to start working on the decorations, and I just fell in love with this arrangement. Okay, so I've test fitted that, and I think I will go ahead and secure those before I go on to the next step, which is just basically going to be filling in some other things. But I think maybe I might want to move. I would like this to show up a little bit better, so maybe put that there. And put that there. And let's see, I'll just kind of make sure that I've got things in good places to put some of my other elements. I have a couple of these I might use. I have these little white rattan balls that are kind of cute that I might put in there. I have an apple slice. I have 2 cinnamon sticks that I just bought in a bag of potpourri that I thought would. The other one had cinnamon sticks in it too, but they were so old and gray. And I have an apple, but I think actually I kind of like that laying out over the side. And I think I'm going to not use that one because I have another one of these. You know what? I don't think I'm going to use any of these Christmas balls. I think looks a little bit more natural this way. I do like those, however, so I will find another place for the other one of those. I think that looks wonderful. Now I just have to glue them all in. I'm going to glue this one down first. And I'll go ahead and glue it right where it was before. Doing it this way, not gluing the actual garland into the bowl, but just tack gluing what's going in here, makes this very easy to move things around if I don't like it or if I have to change it later on. So that works great. I like everything right the way it is, so take that out. I'm gonna just lightly glue this apple. I need another glue stick. This also came in that same bag of potpourri that I bought. I'm gonna just leave that sitting there for a moment. I am going to add this. I think it is a ornament I've had for a very long time that I think that would look very nice just nestled in here, kind of off kilter a little bit. I think that would look great. I don't really want to, well, maybe I'll hook it to the candle a little. Let's see. I think that looks great. These are just jute twine hangers that I had adhered to these pine cones a long time ago because I used to use them. I still use a lot of them on my dining room tree, but these were kind of left over, so just thought I would, instead of taking the hangers off, I would just kind of push them in there. I have a little bit of a hole there that I'd like to figure out something to do with. So we're just gonna see. Oh, actually, there we go. I also would like to bring a little bit more green out to the side there. Okay, and there we have it, guys. All done up and ready to be put out. I've always loved this, and I really didn't want to not use it anymore. It was just time for freshen up, and I really like the way it came out. At some point, when I do get the decorating done, I might show you where it sits. It'll sit in the same place it always has. It seems to be what my kids like. Well, for now, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.